Hello, my name is Amy-lea Tilley and I'm currently working in the Early Education Centre as a room leader, and I'm studying my Bachelor of Early Childhood Education at La Trobe University in Melbourne, Victoria. And today I'm going to present my teaching resource for teaching literacy and numeracy in early childhood education. Introduction. Why is literacy important in early education, and why is numeracy important in early education? Literacy and numeracy are in our everyday lives, whether we realize it or not. Literacy is how children communicate with others, and the way that teachers can extend the skill with literacy-rich play-based activities such as acting, dramatic scenes, singing, rhyming. Numeracy can be as simple as the ability to work with and understand numbers, but mathematics can also be measurement, patterns, numbers, chance, and data. From professionals such as Bajaj, Vygotsky, Brunner, and Dines, we can see the important impact of teaching mathematics in early childhood. The big influence it has on the learning of numeracy, and how important it is to learn these skills in early education rather than waiting for school. The target group of my planned activities is for 3 to 5-year-olds children, and I will investigate the variety of different literacy and numeracy teaching strategies that align with the early years learning framework practice based on the resource development milestones. And in this document, development milestones allow educators to have a useful document to support and access children's learning and development. Mindful thinking is learning focus on how you can teach children about numeracy in a fun and exciting way, which aligns with the early years to learning and development framework, and teaching strategies that can encourage the children to be involved learner in their own learning journey. Mathematical thinking and learning starts in infancy and develops into adulthood. It includes learning about mathematical concepts and applying them in everyday situations. Area of focus for mathematics and the learning focus of these strategies is for children to learn through touching objects to count and start to understand relationships between numbers and objects, and the learning focus also aligns with the EYLF Outcome 5. Children are effective communicators. Children use information to communicate, technologies to access information, investigate ideas, and represent their own thinking, e.g., providing children with access to a range of technologies. Strategy 1 is an activity using counting, a poppet toy and a dice jar. Counting is one of the easiest ways to engage children in play-based activity, as teaching them in a fun way, such as this activity involves a popular poppet toy and some dice for the children to engage in counting. By using the poppet toy to pop for each number, they could sit on the dice in the jar. The learning outcomes to relate to this learning experiences are from the EYLF Outcome 5.2.4. Take on roles of literacy and numeracy users in their play, and 5.2.5 begin to understand key literacy and numeracy concepts and processes such as sound and language, letter relationships, and the concept of print, and the ways of using text are structured. Strategy 2 involves children making patterns using wooden coloured box and a line. With this learning experience, 2 children had to talk to each other about at the start of the play to figure out what colour was going to go where before they started the pattern. So when they finished, they could see the colour pattern made using coloured blocks. Strategy 3, learning numbers using technology, is another way for children aged 3 to 5 to engage in learning their numbers by getting them to do them themselves by using a touchscreen on the interactive whiteboard. This activity is a great way to get children to gain confidence in a group setting where they can use their own knowledge to help out their fellow peers in gaining a new skill. Literacy learning is not just about teaching children how to read and write, but also understanding the different literacy concepts and how we can teach them in play-based learning environment. Literacy can be as simple as creating a script for a performance or retelling a popular story such as Five Little Pigs. Area of focus literacy may be simple as writing some numbers or letters on a piece of paper, but also by touching objects to count, starting to understand relationships between numbers and objects, and the ability to recount a story. The learning outcome that relates to this learning focus is from the EYLF outcome 5. Children are effective communicators. Children express ideas and make meaning using a range of media, e.g. use language to engage in play, to imagine their create roles to script and ideas. Strategy 1, story baskets, where I set up a basket full of childhood favourite stories such as Five Little Pigs, where children have the opportunity to retell the story using props from the basket. Not only extend their retelling skills, but their vocabulary skills too. Strategy 2, name recognition activity, where children got the opportunity to start to learn the letters in their name by seeing their name written down at first, and then they had opportunity to start to write down their name on paper using a pencil. And every day they attended care, they were able to continue contributing to extending this skill. Strategy 3 involves children learning how to hold a pencil in the correct manner so that they can go from making marks on paper to writing letters and eventually writing their own name and beyond. Conclusion. This PowerPoint presentation would like to voice the importance of literacy and numeracy in early childhood education and the reason why we should start literacy and numeracy concepts as early as 2 years old. Literacy is not about understanding letters and able to write them, but understanding them in the way we can communicate with others using vocabulary. Numeracy is not only about learning how to count, but also numbers can help us measure objects, count, collect data, and extend our own knowledge of mathematics. Take a moment to look at my references. Thank you and goodbye for now. Goodbye.